Hello, everybody out there in social media world. It is your friend, Glenn Bill, host of the Get Attitude podcast, author of the ABCs of Attitude, coming at you with day number 9 of Attitude Awareness Month. And it's great to be with you. I hope you've been having fun over our past 8 lessons. And I hope that you've been taking a little tidbit of each and every podcast, if that's what we want to call it, regarding how to enhance your positive attitude, how to become more aware of your attitude, and to hopefully get a few strategies on how to not only improve your life, your business, and your relationships, but just to improve your mental health as we emerge from the pandemic. Today, we want to talk about how to navigate a negative attitude, right? How to navigate somebody you may know who has a negative attitude, and maybe that person who you know that has a negative attitude is you. You know, I always love to ask people to sit and think about their relationships, their business, their career, maybe think about their health and or their personal development. And I like to say, are you optimistic or pessimistic when it comes to that? An exercise that might be good just to write down relationships, business, career, health, personal development, whatever other phase of life you want. And then put an O for optimistic, P for pessimistic. Very few people are optimistic in all areas of their life when it comes to that. And what we want to address is if you're feeling pessimistic about one of those areas of your life, that we need to understand that it affects what happens to you. It affects what you make out of every opportunity that comes your way. See, when you're pessimistic about an area of your life and an opportunity comes to you to make it better, here's what happens. You instantly shut down. You instantly don't see the opportunity, and it actually hinders your growth. So to identify and to become aware of what I might be more pessimistic about, you will find may unlock the opportunity for an improved life. A bad attitude is basically somebody's feeling, their disposition or their manner. Do you know people that they don't even need to talk to you. You can just see by the way they stand or what their disposition is. And you're like, man, there's no way I even want to approach that person. But you know what? They may be the nicest people ever. But a bad attitude manifests itself in those feelings, those manners, those dispositions. And people with quote unquote bad attitudes tend to be people that are not wanting to cooperate. Obviously, they're not optimistic or constructive. And you know what? There's no reason, there's no secret to wonder why people with bad attitudes, they're usually not very happy. So our goal this whole month is to give you strategies to make you happy. There's no reason not to be happy, no matter how bad things are, no matter how bad the attitudes are of people around you. Look, it's our choice to be happy. And that's why we do what we do each and every day. I want to increase your happiness. And I know that we can increase your positive attitude and your happiness if I help you become more aware of what brings us down and what pulls us away from what we're supposed to be. And so I guess my last point when it comes to people with bad attitudes, then we will get on to the 3 things we can do to keep a good attitude and navigate through others' negative attitudes, is that having a bad attitude can hinder you from developing the right perspective, let's say, about life, right? It just like we just mentioned to you, having that bad attitude, having that pre-planned negative, that pessimistic outlook, you know what? It kills every opportunity. And it becomes limitations in your life that blocks you from maturing and learning the coping strategies it takes for us to be happy. They can limit you from attempting new things that may be exciting. You want to be happy? Why don't you go try something new, like today? I don't know what it's going to be for you, but I may try something new just in keeping with what I'm trying to do. And I'd love to know what you're going to do new. I'd love for you to hit me in the chat and let me know if you're going to try something new this weekend, what will happen. Let's talk about 3 great strategies to stay positive and navigate negativity. Number 1, it's very clear. We need to remove negativity from our life, right? What are the things that create negativity in your life? You need to be responsible for what you do. And I'm sure just by being here, watching and tuning in with me every day, you certainly have taken some type of responsibility for what you do and to take control of your life and what is happening internally to engineer your way out of those negative. When we say remove negativity in your life, that's another way for saying it's time for you to take control and to eliminate it. But that again comes to awareness. So I want you to identify what is negative. I want you to remove it and empower yourself. Number 2, which I think is probably one of the biggest issues that people are having, especially today, is it's time to let go of expectations. Sometimes we expect too much of ourselves and too much of other people. Now, I've always said you get what you expect out of yourself and other people. I get that. But that is a more constructive way to look at it. A lot of times we expect things out of other people that we don't have the right to expect out of them. Sometimes we expect things out of ourselves that we may not have the right to expect out of ourselves. And when we don't hit the goal or when we don't meet our expectations, but more importantly, when others don't meet our expectations, that can really affect what we're doing. So, a bad attitude typically begins with an expectation of yourself or of others. And you want to please yourself or others, so you establish unrealistic expectations. Let's try to let go of all the expectations of yourself and other people, and let's just live, be present, be in the time, and see if that doesn't help you. Are you a person that expects too much out of others? Are you constantly disappointed? And you know what? If we let go of it, you're going to be more happy. And then the last thing that I just want to mention is respond to change. Negative emotions usually go hand in hand with change. And let's face it, change is happening every day. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And the best way to manage change is to respond, not to react. While you don't have the power to control every situation or every person, you can choose exactly how to respond to them and not react. Now, most people will tell you when you're responding, to react immediately, especially in a negative way, is never good. I am somebody that does not like to wait. Some people say, wait 24 hours before you respond on that email. Not happening with me. But maybe I should try, because Lord knows I have responded in emails instantaneously and it has not benefited the situation. But what's the strategy? The strategy is respond to change. Don't react to change. If there is a person or a emotion or a relationship or an activity that you want to lash out and be negative about right now, I'm just telling you right now, let's breathe, let's be present in the moment, and let's respond. And that respond always should be, I see every negative event, I see every negative occurrence, I see every failure, not as failure, but only as an opportunity to increase my sense of humor, to grow as a person, to develop my skills. See, there's a lot of different positives that come out of responding to change. You're never, ever going to stop change. So I hope those 3 little strategies help you. Today is Friday. It's the end of the week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I get to speak tomorrow in front of a big audience. I will hopefully be here at 3 again. I'm sure I'll be fired up if I am. But I just want you to please remember to share this out if you liked what this was. Please hit me with some likes and some comments if you're watching this later. Please check us out at the Get Attitude Podcast on Facebook or on your favorite podcast platform. And just know that we're here for you. The University of Attitude, America's #1 source for attitude development. And we want to work with you as much as we can. Always remember that you cannot win in life, you cannot win in business, and you cannot win in your relationships unless you win in your mind first. And I will see you and talk with you tomorrow. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have an awesome weekend. And I hope you spread positivity and love to everyone you meet, especially yourself.